Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing okay. So, as you can tell, I have a new mic. I've been doing some dumb shit, been doing some things and doing some stuff. Um, yeah, kind of what's been going on, really. So, I did say that I wanted to start doing kind of like these just like little rambling things, right? To kind of go about exactly like what I don't really know the greatest way to put this is or the greatest way to do it, right? I think essentially what it would be is um I don't know. Like I'm just fucking here, dude. Like I don't really know what you want from me. So, settle, Mike. Um but yeah, so like I don't really know. I know that the last time that we talked and that I did all of this, I talked a little bit about like kind of what's going on with like my body and that kind of shit and like why that's a bit of a problem, right? And that's kind of like why I've gotten to the point of doing this streaming, being a VTuber and that. Um and I'm sure some people are curious like okay, if you did become a like what if you did want to become a streamer or like a YouTuber, why did you go VTuber, right? And here's the thing: I don't really want to be a YouTuber or like a facial streamer, I guess, or like a flesh tuber, which that is just in and of itself like just the dumbest thing in my mind. Like, just what you're a streamer, like that's it. And then just like if you want to get into like the nitty gritty and the niches of it, then it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm a VTuber, right? Like that works. That's fine. That's not an issue or anything. Um, so like my decisions for doing VTubing is that it's kind of a little easier, right? It's a bit more of I can kind of do this and I can get um I can get people to it's not really that I can get people to watch. It's that I can just kind of like I can do it a little easier, right? Like there's not as much that I need to do to start doing this. I'm the Mountain Dew. But the one thing that I have noticed with this is it does kind of feel like there is a lot of um there's a lot more strangeness with it. Um Especially with like what I've noticed with like the community and shit behind being a VTuber and all that jazz. Because like mind you, when I wanted to start doing content creation or I started to really look at content creation and think of it as like a really interesting thing, that was back in oh god, early 2010, like early 2010s, right? And at that time, I was 15, right? So I was watching Achievement Hunter. I was watching Funhouse. I was watching Rooster Teeth. I was watching that type of stuff. Like that was my gateway into content creation. And one of my first jobs that I ever like legitimately tried to go for and like even asked mom to like give me a chance to like attempt it was I wanted to work for Rooster Teeth because I saw how much fun it was. Mind you, at the time, I didn't see any of the background stuff, right? Any of the stuff that was going on within Rooster Teeth at that time. Because I think, like, the legit, I don't even want to call it the fall of Rooster Teeth, but it was when the internal issues were too much and couldn't be hidden any longer, right? When the dam finally broke, essentially, for Rooster Teeth. Um, it was maybe like 5 years later, right? And I would have been 20. But like I legitimately tried. Like I wanted to become I wanted to work for Rooster Teeth. I wanted to work for Achievement Hunter. I wanted to work with the Funhouse guys. I wanted to do all of that. And it wasn't really that I wanted to do any of like the editing stuff, but not that like I'm totally against editing or learning how to do it. Like as you can tell, most of the stuff I throw up on this is unedited nonsense. Um, because I don't understand how, and I would honestly love if just somebody sat with me and was like, "Hey, this is how we do this. I'm going to run you through this so you understand and teach me." That would be awesome. Um, but like I wanted to do the I wanted to be part of the banner, right? I wanted to be part of the group that played together. I wanted to hang out and joke with Jeff. I wanted to hang out and have a bit of a back and forth with Jack. I wanted to sit and make jokes with James. I wanted to sit and potentially try and add on to do a little of a duet that Bruce had for that episode of Demo Desk, right? Like that's the kind of shit that I wanted because like I have kind of noticed that I am just kind of more of a performer. And it's not just I am a performer in the sense of that like I enjoy doing it. I enjoy playing a part. I would say that more so what it is I enjoy having people to work with and bounce off of and do kind of like that kind of collaboration. I think that that is more interesting and more fun. Um, but it's part of the reason why I enjoyed being in a few bands that I was in when I was younger. Because it was a collaborative thing. It was multiple people all working together to achieve a goal. And that was kind of one of the reasons that I wanted to work with Achievement Hunter or Funhouse or just Rooster Teeth in general, whomever of the branches of that company. And then obviously, like, it didn't work out, right? I never wound up getting a chance to work with Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth. Ugh. My mouth is just kind of all over the place today. Um, so when it came to the point of all of the medical issues that I talked about last time starting to crop up and starting to affect me, where I have days where I can't walk around my house because my legs won't let me and I'm constantly falling. So to avoid seriously hurting myself because I fall, I have to crawl around my house more days than I care to admit, and I'm losing the fingers to be able to count how often it occurs. Um, and so I was like, yeah, why not? We'll try and do this thing that I've wanted to do, right? Let's try not being a content creator because I don't really feel I'm creating content, right? I don't feel that. I feel that I am more so here to have a little bit of outreach and conversation with people, right? That my goal with all of this, I keep changing the color of my microphone and it's very obnoxious because I don't like the way the buttons are positioned on this. So hold on, you get to deal with me doing that. So the one thing that I'm starting to do, or the one thing that I think that I am kind of doing with all of this, is that it's not really content creation that I'm doing. I'm doing more conversational performance, I would say, where I have a game on in the background, and if the game is what you're here for, that is awesome. That is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that at all. If you just want to come and you want to watch somebody play a game that you really like, or if you want to watch somebody play a game that you've been looking at, or something that you might be curious in, and you just want to watch me play, that's awesome. Like I'm more than happy to let you do that. Um, and I encourage that. I want more people to come for stuff like that. Because I know part of the reason that like I watch React content is I watch it for getting to witness people view things that I enjoy and that I like, and come to find out why or why not they like it. Right? That's why I enjoy it when I do watch it. Um, and I don't want to do react content because I don't think that that's really something that like would speak to me, except for in starting a dialogue. So if that would be something that, like, say, if I'm streaming and we're doing stuff and I start to get the audience for it, um, we might have days like that, right? Where it's just we'll get together and we'll watch some stuff. If you have things that you want to share and that you like, or maybe like one of the things that I would like to do, is like just have somebody show up and stream, and like if we're just kind of yapping and not really doing anything at the moment, just kind of like, hey, I'm curious about this. Like I've heard about it. I don't really understand it. Excuse me. But I want to learn about it. I want to know about it. It's like, all right, cool. Let's dive into this together. Let's do this. Right? Let's have some time to hang out and figure out what's all going on with this. I have no problem with that. I think that is one of my consistent beliefs in life is you must consistently be learning. As soon as you lose the want or belief that you need to continue to learn, I think that you've lost. I think that you've lost all that there is, because you should be consistently trying and wanting to learn more. That is my personal belief. Um, so I do believe that that's something that I would like to do, to get more of an audience, to get more people involved. I think that would be something that I'd want to do more. But for right now, like, yeah, like I'm gonna comment about the game that I'm playing, and we're keeping the same like roll of stuff. Like we're doing Monster Hunter Mondays. You know, we're playing Monster Hunter Wild right now, or Wilds, because there's a shitload of stuff in there that needs to get done, on my end at least. And honestly, as soon as I get done recording this and uploading it, I'm going back in to play more Monster Hunter to get like more shit done before I stream later today. Um, we're still doing our Stellar Blade series. So if you want to watch somebody make strange comments, I shouldn't say that's strange, but make comments about how we have decided, how a company has decided that they want to over sexualize somebody in melee combat with less armor, you're more than welcome to. I kind of enjoy the game. To be fair, I've played it like I've streamed it 4 times now. I've played it, so that means I've played it for about 12 hours, because I play about 3 hours per time. And I still can't tell you whether or not I like the game. It's interesting, mainly because I'm confused. Excuse me. Ugh, came out of nowhere. And Wednesdays we do Warhammer stuff because I'm a fucking nerd. I've been playing a lot of Space Marine 2 to level up characters and stuff, and we're gonna start doing some more stuff so that way I can get some of the more fancy pieces of armor and kit. And we also have Dark Tide. We just had Skitarii get released on that, so like we'll probably start playing some more of that. I play Total War. I finally got a whole bunch of the DLC that I was missing for Stellaris, and I do love grand strategy games, so we might start playing Stellaris a bit more on the channel. Excuse me. And I've been playing the shit out of Holocure. This is a fantastic game. God, I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit. God, this is a terrible recording. Anyway. That's what we're doing. I'd like to have you. I'd like you to come and do the stuff. So once again, like I feel weird always doing this. But I have the YouTube stuff, the Twitch stuffs, and Twitter. You can find me anywhere on either of those on those three platforms at and it comes in like drop the E, all one word. Beginning of each word is capitalized. On YouTube, you'll probably just find me as Lick, Lik. Um, Come stop by in Twitch. Be respectful. Don't be an asshole. We might make exceptions if you're kind of funny. But yeah, like it'd be fun. It'd be nice. Just come hang out on Twitch. Watch the stuff that I start to do on YouTube, which is essentially this, where it's just like a random little diary of me just going, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm dealing with, what I want to do." And then like Twitter, like you want to know as and when I stream, if I do stuff. If I do tweet more often than not, I'm tweeting out like an hour, half an hour before I stream. Sometimes if it's not when I normally do, I'll pop in and be like, "Hey, I'm not streaming today." So if you want to know like as and when I'm doing stuff, follow my Twitch or follow all of them, really, if you want. I don't give a shit. But like follow Twitter if you're curious. Anyway, I rambled enough about this. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you're going to commit crime, do so you don't get caught. Okay, bye.